a former presidential aspirant of the People's Democratic Party, Dr. Sam Ohuabunwa, who is live for us in our Lagos studio. Thanks so much indeed for joining us tonight on the program.
Thank you, Shehu. Good evening, Nigerians.
You are one of the last few men standing in the PDP. With what has happened today, what exactly do you think is the health of the People's Democratic Party?
Thank you, Shehu. It's a pity the spectacle we're watching. But the truth is that I personally warned that this was going to happen in 2022. And I'm on record, both in Channels Television and elsewhere, and even in my book, I said that any organization, any institution that disregards its principles, its basic principles, has set up itself for fall. Because the moment you dislocate your principles, you begin to cause dissonance and disequilibrium. And this dissonance and equilibrium will elicit so many actions and reactions that may lead to complete collapse. What PDP is passing through was predicted. On the altar of worship of people or money or whatever, a party that was built on principle or rotational of offices got to 2022 and decided to abandon it. And that was when we were campaigning for the presidency should be zoned to the southeast. Rather than zone even to the south, they just threw it open, and it became a game of who has more money to buy delegates. See, where we are now is where we got ourselves. I remember I spent, Samanya will remember the day I came to see Ayu, and I spent 3 hours begging him to try and make some concessions to bring this party together. I warned Senator Ayu that when this party is destroyed, you will take one of the blames. I haven't seen him since to remind him. And if Samanyanwu is watching me, he will know that it was him that came to save me, because Senator Ayu thought I came to speak on behalf of other people. I came to speak on myself because I am a patriot and a dedicated person. So this party is where it is because it decided to abandon. You can see APC. I'm not promoting APC. The reason APC is standing today, there was an attempt to remove the principle of zoning in APC. But thank God, when they nominated Lawan to come and be presidential candidate, but some people stood and said, no, we can't finish with a president from the north, and we'll go to another president for the north. Buhari just finished, let's take it to the south. And that was save the party. So what we are facing today, Shehu and Nigerians, is what we set ourselves to. But I thank God that we have to deal with issue. Yes.
You were saying the genesis and the foundation of what we are seeing today was that primary that was conducted at the Velodrome in Abuja, the presidential primaries of the PDP. That was the day that this crisis began. Is that what you're saying?
It started earlier than that. It started when the party said that they were not going to zone. They used to zone. That's what the party was known for. They now announced that they were throwing it open for everybody. And that's where the trouble started. What happened at Velodrome was a follow-through. You see, but what I'm about to say is that democracy builds on rule of law. Without the rule of law, democracy becomes a marketplace activity, chaos and confusion. And I'm telling Nigerians who are matured enough to learn to respect our judiciary. Yes, there's a perception that the judiciary is corrupt. That is no news, because Nigeria is known to be endemically corrupt. But the question is, should we accept when the judgment is in our favor? We say the judiciary is the last hope of common man. When it's not in our favor, we say judiciary is corrupt. That's the way even politicians trade is. Despite the mess we have made of our party, my proposition is that we should listen to the court. Since we've gone to the court, today the court has spoken. And what it means is that the caretaker committee is the one that the court recognizes, since we take it to the court. I believe that I will advise all party members to rally around this caretaker committee. Let's begin. I mean, by the time we finish the Supreme Court, we will probably not have an opportunity to even participate in the election. Is it not better we participate in the election and win some seats, or give some members of the party who have been aspiring to positions? Now we have blown their chances. All the people running for cover to APC and to in all kind of places they are going, is because they can't find a way. Lawal just left because nobody will sign his form. Why don't we accept this and bury our individual objectives, even if we miss one office? Can't we get other offices and use that as a basis to start rebuilding the party? So my own is that it is, since we've gone to the court, let us obey the court. We cannot say we take this judgment, we reject this one. The superior, most superior judgment is the one we should take. I am in PDP, and I'm waiting for, in my ward, we have no division. A few months ago, the leader of the party in the LGA got all of us together. We are one PDP in my Ward 3, in Aruchku local government, in our ward, in our senatorial zone. We're one PDP. We're only waiting for the resolution of this leadership crisis. The moment that is resolved, the members are ready to push on. And that's my preachment. I have no preference because we caused the problem we started that has enveloped us now. But can't we even say, let's make peace at this time and be sure we meet INEC deadlines? All this going to 20 appeals and going to Supreme Court, I hope it will finish on time so that the party will still be able to. Otherwise, the party will end up with fielding no candidates. And that would be tragic.
Now, with what we've seen today, it does look like these other side on the divide are going to the Supreme Court. And it doesn't look as straightforward and as easy as you have described it to take the superior, because at the end of the day, what becomes superior is when everyone knows that they've gotten to their limits. There's going to be another appeal court session before the week runs out, but then you cannot determine when the Supreme Court will hear this matter, and it then means that Ekiti, Osun elections are in jeopardy. Even the 2027 election is also a major problem for the PDP. PDP may not be on the ballot in 2027. That is what is looking like. Because by the time they come back from Supreme Court, all is going to be done and dusted. And PDP is done for the next 4 years. That is the political interpretation of what is going on.
Sure.
To avoid all of these legal back and forth, is there one person you think can sit everybody in the room and resolve this matter? Or you think that the interest involved in this matter will never allow this matter to be resolved unending?
Unfortunately, Sheil, this is where leadership is called for. This is where leadership is called for. And I'm afraid we haven't been able to produce that kind of leadership that people are going to listen to. What should work nicely? Reconciliation. That is for me, is the most practicable and realistic thing to do. Because even if you fight a war, when you win the war, you need to bring people together, unless you no longer want a party. If we want this PDP party, I think we've fought enough battles. And my point is in agreement with yours. See, I'm afraid that without being immodest, and most politicians are, in quotes, very, very selfish. In quotes, with due apologies to all of us who go by that appellation. We should, once in a while, put our personal needs and desires to the background and look for what is best for our party, which is what is best for the greater number of people in the party. The greater number of people in the party are in the wards, in the local governments, and in their different locations. And they want this party to stand. Some of them want to be House of Rep, House of Assembly, you know. And today there is no chance, and unless we are able to agree. When I say that we should follow the court, if tomorrow the Supreme Court says it's otherwise, then we'll follow what the Supreme Court says. There's no choice. We don't have a choice. We've taken it to the court, and it is the Superior Court, what the Superior Court says at a particular time. But if we can all agree that what is important is the survival of the party, let's start working now with the judgment that we have today. Let these leaders on both sides of the divide come together and let us sit down. Politics is a matter of, are we looking for what is best for Nigeria, what is best for our country, or we see what is best for me? I desire to be president in 2023, and if I find that somebody else can do the job or produce the results that I am seeking, I probably won't bother if I become president or not. That is my own persuasion. That's my own branch of politics. It is idea-derived. What do we achieve? How do we create a country that works for everybody? My own vision in the new Nigeria group...
Dr. Ohuabunwa,
yeah.
If everything I'm hearing in Bauchi is right, a lot of the times, based on information that I get as a political journalist, I'm 90% of the time very right. Governor of Bauchi State might be on his way to the APC very soon. That is what we are hearing. It means that there will be only one governor standing, Seyi Makinde, and that those who are asking him to run for president in 2027. In this kind of scenario, what does it portend for the PDP?
See, I'm looking beyond this short-term problem. I'm more strategic. I'm looking for a party that can provide credible opposition to Nigeria. Maybe someday become the ruling party. It certainly can happen in 2027. There's no magic to it. Politics is a game of numbers, preparation, and strategic alignments. So the way PDP is now, on other side, it is not going to be able to, unless a miracle happens. And I don't think miracles happen easily in politics from my own experience.
All right.
So my proposition is that the party should come together now. There's still opportunity to save it. Even if we do not get the president, we can get other officers, other political people to be elected and save the PDP. If PDP does not participate in 2027 and you wait for the next 4 years, we will have lost so much ground, and that may even be the end of the party. So that's my plea, and ask all party members to please let's not keep bringing dispute to our party. Let's obey the court and follow what the court says, since we've taken the case to the court. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much indeed, gentlemen.